Hello everyone, I am Safia, your science teacher. I am back with a new topic, that is nutrition in plants. Let's find out what is nutrition in plants. So actually what is nutrition? We have learned in the lesson food components that our body also need nutrients, right? To get a healthier growth, our body need nutrients. So obtaining nutrients is called as nutrition. So how human beings and animals need nutrition, in the same way plants also need some nutrients for their healthier growth. So how plants can obtain the nutrients, let us find out. So we'll go with the basic, then how first of all how plants can get their food. You know, plants can prepare, trees or plants I can say, they can produce so much that they can feed on other organisms. Let me clear it. How means it can produce many fruits and vegetables, right? Trees are producing many fruits and vegetables. Those fruits and vegetables are eaten by us. We will eat, even the other organisms like microorganisms will eat, and as well as the animals will eat. So plants are able to produce much that they can feed on other, or they can feed to other organisms. Then what does plant feed on? What does plant eat? How it will eat? Yes, seriously, because we have our mouth to eat. Then what about the plants? Does it have any mouth to eat? No, that doesn't. Then how they will be eating and how they are getting nutrients, from where they are getting nutrients? To get all the answers for this question, you must learn the lesson nutrition in plants. Listen carefully, it is very interesting topic and it is very helpful for you people. So, scientist Aristotle, he said that plants are able to produce what they are taking from the soil. So what he said, Aristotle said that soil is important. So plants are able to produce the fruits or vegetables, that is because of the soil. So after, everyone started believing Aristotle. Everyone thought that Aristotle is correct and what he said is correct. But there is one Belgian scientist, after 350 years, after the Aristotle had said before 350 years, later on Belgian scientist, Jean-Baptiste von Helmont. So we use the word von Helmont. Scientist von Helmont was a Belgian scientist. What he did an experiment to come to conclusion whether Aristotle is correct or not. So he used a tree, that is willow tree. Who used willow tree? Von Helmont. Von Helmont have taken a small willow plant, and he have potted it in a big pot. Okay, he had kept that in a big pot, and he covered. Before doing that, he measured the mass of the willow tree. Mass means weight. Measured the mass of the willow tree and as well as the soil where it is going to be sown. Dry soil he used. Where will sow the tree? Where will keep the trees in the soil for their growth? So he have measured the mass of the willow tree and as well as the mass of the dry soil. Both the masses he measured and he entered in a table. Then later on he covered the soil with a lid. He covered the pot of soil with a lid. For example, if I have a pot like this, so here all the soil is present. He had seen. He measured the weight of the soil and the tree. What he did then, he covered the mouth of the pot with the help of a lid and he made holes in it. Why he made holes? That when plants will grow, okay, when the plant is growing, it should have the place to come out, and not only that, here plants also need water and sunlight. So what he did, he made holes. The plant can grow easily through that holes, and even it can get the water. And this experiment continued for 5 years. How many years he did experiment? 5 years. And now after he kept that plant aside for 5 years, he allowed only rainwater doesn't give water other than rainy season. He doesn't give any kind of food or any kind of thing to the plant. The plant was receiving only the rain water in the rainy season. So after 5 years, once again what he did, he have measured the mass of the willow tree and the dry soil. So after seeing his conclusion, or I can say observation, what we have believed, what Aristotle explained was completely wrong. According to him, Aristotle said only soil is required for the nutrients and for the growth of the plant. But this one element, after seeing the observation of one element, we can come to the conclusion that only soil is not required by the plant. Water is also required by the plant. So first, willow tree has been measured, right? So what was the mass of the willow tree in the starting was, before 5 years, weight of the tree was 2.47 kgs. And then the weight of the soil was 90.72 kgs at the starting of the experiment. Then we have the experiment was continued up to 5 years. That means after 5 years, again he measured the weight of the tree and the soil, because he should get the conclusion that soil is responsible for the growth of plant. So what we have done, again he have measured after 5 years. So the weight of the tree was 76.74 kgs and the weight of the soil was 90.66 kgs. So you can see here the tree has grown, it got lot of weight, and as well as the soil has lost some weight. So let us see what is the difference in it. What you have to do, 76 minus 2.47 you have to do. You get the value difference here. And then in 90 minus 90.72 minus 90.66 you have to do. So if you see these decimals, you can see only 0.6 difference is of only 0.06. That means very less amount of soil has been decreased. So what Aristotle said that only soil is responsible for the growth of plant, but he was wrong. So this how he can say that he was wrong by doing this one element experiment. Only soil is not required for the growth of plant, but other things are also required by the plant. Next scientist is Stephen Hales. Stephen Hales is the scientist who said that plants have organs. Leaves behave as an organ of transpiration. So Stephen Hales said that leaves behaves as organs of transpiration, and plants are able to exchange the gases with the air. Was said by Stephen Hales. So what is transpiration? Loss of excess of water from the plant body is called as transpiration. We have seen in 6th class that the excess water present in the plant body will be evaporated by the plant, through the leaves. The water will change into vapor, and through leaves the water will be evaporated from the plant body. That is called as transpiration. Removal of excess of water from plant body is called as transpiration. So Stephen has said that leaves are the organs of transpiration, and plants will exchange the gases present in the air. He also said that light is important in plant nutrition. This was said by Stephen Hales. So following Stephen Hales, other scientists, Priestley, he have done a sequence of experiments. He done experiment after the experiment, sequence of experiments, and came to conclusion that plants are reversing the process which we are doing. What he said that according to him, animals were making the air impure. Even we are also considered as animals, involved animals. So we are making the air impure, and plants are making the air pure. So according to Priestley, what animals were doing? Animals were making the air impure, and the plants are making the air pure. So learn about experiment conducted by Von Helmont. He conducted an experiment on willow tree. So learn about the experiment